about to give a shot at fermenting tobacco. So this is tobacco that's been air cured for a couple of weeks at this point, and I've read a lot and done a lot of research on fermenting. Now, if you're not familiar, cigar tobacco, which is predominantly what I like to enjoy, is fermented. It's stayed at like a couple of weeks at 120, 130 degrees and pretty high humidity. Now that's really hard for me to achieve. Actually, the backstory of all that is they discovered it back when they were shipping to huge hogsheads, which are huge barrels of tobacco from America to Europe. They pack them really tightly, and in that, between the humidity and the composting, essentially, of being stuck in there, they started to ferment, and the sugar started to convert. So that's a discovered, and now they do it in all different ways now. But that being said, it's really hard to achieve on a smaller scale. So what I read from a comment, I've been doing a ton of research on so many different ways on how I could potentially do this, and a comment from TikTok, shout out to the person, gave me a really great idea about using my compost pile as a way to ferment it. So I had built this. This is a press where I was trying to make plug tobacco, which worked. It was cool, but I didn't really enjoy it as much, the plug tobacco, so I'm going to stick to regular chew. That being said, I'm going to try to wrap a couple hands of tobacco inside of parchment paper and then put it in the press and then put it in the center of my compost, and which compost, the way it works is it naturally heats up and gets warmer and reaches that 120, 130, 140 degrees and can stay humid, and we'll give it a shot. I have nothing to lose. I'll just potentially a couple hands of leaves, but outside of that, we have nothing to lose. So I'm going to give it a shot. So shout out to the person for that idea, and I'll keep you posted.